What is up, everyone? Jacob here, Present Day Living, podcast number 3. This one's going to be on how to get out of debt and really just changing your mindset about debt. I know the last one was about mindset, but mindset is seriously everything. And this one is on debt. And I know everyone has debt. It's nearly impossible not to have debt unless you're super, super rich. And even then, they use good debt for themselves to get more money, which is a really cool thing I learned at a seminar I went to. And it was, honestly, it's true. Everyone's in debt. When you get a car, do you pay for it 4 or do you pay monthly payments? When you get a house, do you pay for it 4 monthly payments? You know? Those are two alone put people on the biggest debt. And I mean, you kind of need it to live today with how things are. There's just no way of going around it. So those are examples of bad debt. And by what I mean is bad debt is, you need the house and car. Well, you don't really need a car. Maybe you do, but the house to be comfortable, and to survive these rough conditions, the heat, the rain and stuff. The house is necessary. And it is, in a way, good debt because you are, living under the roof and stuff, but in rich people's terms, it's bad debt. Why? Because it's a debt you keep paying towards and no money is coming back out. An example that would be a good debt is you buy a house or apartment, whatever, you rent it out, and the rent money that you get paid covers all your expenses that go into the house, and you're left with 50, 100, 200, anywhere up to, I don't know what the biggest you could profit off of per monthly payment, but I have seen the numbers 50 to about 300, and that's an example of good debt. Why? Because you're not paying into it, you're paying into it, but you have a leftover, so really you're making money in the long run. So that is an example of a good debt. You got the loan for the house. It's an investment, but you're getting money pumped back in your pocket monthly rather than after it's paid off, and then you get the monthly thing. So that's an example of good debt. There's many ways, and mostly it's investing. There's ways to invest without even using your money, and a lot of us do it, but for our needs rather than investing and getting assets. But like I said, this one's getting out of debt, so let's get on to it. The most obvious one is if you're in debt, stop buying things. Why are you keep on spending money when you're already in debt and you want to get out of debt, but you keep on spending money? It just doesn't make sense. And for me at the time when I was doing that, it made sense. But once you get around your head around the big picture, and it really does not make sense at all. Another super easy tip is pay your bills on time. You're already in debt and you already have to pay something. Why are you going to have a late fee so you pay more on top of it? That also does not make sense. Pushing off a payment so you could have fun today but pay more tomorrow does not make sense. If people just got their head wrapped around, like, I could push fun off today, I could push fun off tomorrow, I could push fun off for a week or so, it's not the end of the world. Get out of debt and you'll have fun every single day. Like, you won't worry about bills and all the stress that goes into it. So in the long run, you actually have more fun by putting off fun for temporary right now while you get your head wrapped around what it is exactly what you want. Also, people have multiple credit cards. Take them out of your wallet. Just put them in a place where you cannot touch them. So when you're out and you want to impulse buy, it's not there for you to impulse buy. And then if you really, 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 really want it, you will go home, get your card and come back and get it. Or next time you'll bring your card to get it. But for me, that has helped me a lot because I would be like, oh, I need to get this. And I reach in my wallet, I'm like, I don't have my credit card. And then I'm thinking on my whole time home. And then 9 out of 10 times, I'm like, it's actually a good thing I didn't have my credit card because I don't really need this. It was a temporary fix. It was temporary happiness. And I don't know. The blingy, flashy sign got my attention more than I really needed the thing, or more good than it would do for me. So that helped me a lot. Also, if you do use your credit cards, make sure you can pay it off fully at the end of the month so you don't get any interest charges, Again, why are you going to pay more when you don't have to pay? All that. Another one is very simple. ATM machines. And I don't mean the ones that are supplied by your bank. Those are obviously free to use and you don't get fees on. But those generic ATM machines, the ones that pay you or make you charge anywhere from like $2 to $6 to use your own money, why are you gonna pay someone to use your own money? It never makes sense. I mean, if you're really in a desperate thing for money, and I mean you're like locked in to for example, music festivals. You're in there and there's no ATMs besides those generic ATMs, and those at those times charge the highest interest because why? They can. They know it's the only way you could possibly get money. So, quick fix for that. If you're going somewhere where you know you can't leave, bring cash. Cards, plastic, maybe less space, just grab your ID card, credit card, and your phone. But honestly, you're going to pay for it in the long run, and it obviously does not make sense. You're trying to get rich, or you want to get rich, or you just want to get out of debt, but you're spending pointless money that you do not need to spend, such as fees and interest rates and all this stuff. So stay away from that, and bring cash on you so you don't have to, and don't bring your credit cards. Another one is if it's not broke, you do not need to fix it or buy something better. Your couch, yeah, I mean, it may look or it may not match the house, but do you really need to buy a new couch, or does the couch serve its purpose? Is the couch still the couch just because it's not the same color as your walls or this or that? People are so caught in looks these days, or they need the newest technology, but their old stuff's still perfectly working, and you don't need to. And yeah, seriously. Also, when you're shopping around, there's always a generic version of everything. You don't always need the name brands. Why people get stuck for the name brands is because the flashy advertisements and the false judgments that people get because they don't have it. Like, oh, you didn't get the new model? Why'd you get last year's model? Blah, blah, blah. It's the same fucking thing. It's gonna serve the same exact purpose. And people just get caught up. They think it's wrong or whatnot. And I mean, I'm guilty of it. I went from iPhone 4 to 5 to 6. But from 5 to 6, yes, my phone did indeed break. But 4 to 5, I really didn't need it. I just did it because I had an upgrade, And luckily it didn't come out of my pocket, I was younger at that age, and my parents bought it for me in between the 4 to 5. But yeah, it was not needed. I could have just held on to the 4. I probably could have skipped the 5 and gone on to the 6. But yeah, it's all mental stuff we need to get in. Also, wholesale places, Costco, Sam's Club. Shopping there, you pay, like, I don't remember how much we paid for a Costco membership, but you put a little money down now and you get a year of savings. Why would you not do that? You get more for cheaper. And it's actually saved us probably hundreds and hundreds of dollars throughout the year. And it's cool. Really cool that they could do that, because why? They have more money, so they're going to buy as much as they can. The more they buy, the cheaper they get. And the more memberships, people that sign up, the cheaper they could sell their stuff. And everything is just deals there. You know, it's rare that you find something at cost. We buy our phones there, everything. Everything comes out cheaper there. So, definitely I would look into that. Especially if you have a big family, it is way, way, way more worth it going there, because everything comes in bigger packages. So, definitely, I would look into that. I mean, if you're afraid of the membership price, think of how much money you're going to save throughout the year. You know? But you'd rather go to the grocery store every day, get what you could afford, and you're paying a little more, and you really don't have extra money, because you're paying more for the same stuff you could be going to Costco and Sam's Club for. So, really good one if you want to save money or cut back and help get out of debt. And budgets. No one likes a budget, but they help. If you're not looking at numbers, it's hard to keep track. And I was so against this. Like, I have money in the bank. Why do I need to know? But sometimes you get a little heavy. And then you look in your bank account, you're like, oh, shit, I only have $60 left. But I only spent, and then I bought, and then I bought that too. Yeah, I do only have $60 left. You know, if you just simply looked at it, you would have probably not have bought something and been like, okay, look, I'm only going to have $60 left. Do I really need this? Okay, no, let's do it so I have at least 100 in the bank, you know? People just need to get smart, use their brains more. It's what people are lacking these days. They're just on autopilot, really not thinking things through. Just going on impulses and stuff, which we do encourage. Like, sometimes you need to go with that gut feeling, but sometimes our impulse buys are not on that gut feeling. We buy with our eyes rather than our gut or, you know, our brains. So, that one, and it kind of goes in before put away happiness. I want to say put away happiness, because you could be absolutely happy doing nothing, not buying anything, and just staying at home, you know, getting to know your pets a little better, spend time with them, read books, you know, all that stuff is just laying around the house. Use something around the house. Learn anything, you know, just work with what you got. Put buying away for a side, and it would be, if you don't absolutely have enough money to go on vacation and come home with the money you want, don't go to vacation. It's temporary fun, and then you're going to go there and you're going to come back to the same old mess. Why not just put off the vacations, get your mess together, and then when you have the money, when you're out of debt, you have assets bringing you in money, you could go on vacation, and guess what? You're making money because you have assets. It's crazy how much more you could do when you just sit back and think for a little bit and get your life together. People think, wow, it's Friday night, I'm going to the bar. You know, I'm going to go drink, and when I get drunk, I'm going to go spend more money that I don't even know I'm spending because I'm drunk. And then you wake up and you check your bank account, you're like, oh shit, I know. I've had a friend. I think their total was $112 on drinks. $112 on drinks in about 4-hour period. What the fuck? You know how many bottles of vodka you could buy? I think it was Grey Goose. You could get what? A big one for $50? You could have got 2 big Grey Goose bottles for like $100. And you could have had drinks for months, unless you're a super heavy alcoholic, but it would last forever. And yeah, I basically go out sober if I do go out. Alcohol is the biggest waste of money right now. It is so high, marked up, and taxed when you go buy it anywhere from a liquor store or buying it in wholesale rather than buy drink. It's the biggest waste of money, biggest scam out there, guys. Be aware of that. Like, seriously, you're gonna go spend $4 to $8 on beer when you could have got a 6-pack for $8 or something, you know? Use your brain. The reason you're in debt is because you're not thinking about money. You're thinking about... I don't even know what you're thinking about. I honestly don't know why you would spend $8 on a beer. But, you know, people do. You get caught up in the moment. Maybe you're irritated, so you're like, I need a beer right now. I get the edge off. But if you just talk to yourself, you could get the same result. You could talk yourself out of the mindset you're in. You don't need a beer to calm it down or anything. Obviously, it does temporarily clear it or help you get there faster, but the faster you learn to do it on your own, the faster it happens. Another one that people really don't think too often is the movies. You know, you pay more to see the exact same movie, but at night. A rip-off. It's the exact same movie, same thing, but because it's at night, you pay more. Stupid. If you're working or whatnot, wait till your day off. Just go during the day. Go see the first showing. Save money. Or just don't go to the movies at all. I don't go to the movies anymore unless it's something I really, really want to see. But I could still see it and rent it from Redbox in a couple months for $1. You know, just because I can't talk with everybody while it's cool, while it's in, it doesn't matter. I'll still see the movie because I want to see it, but I'll see it for $1 rather than like, I don't even know how much they are now, like $10, $12 to go see the movie. Stupid. Hollywood makes enough money anyways. Why are you gonna feed into that even more? Memberships you got, gym, golfing memberships. Netflix memberships, anything that you pay on a monthly basis, Xbox, anything like that. Do you really need it? Or can you put it off until you get your act together? Because all those things take up time and your money. But if you used your time to make money, you would have more time and more money to do those things in the long run. Sorry, I had a hair on my tongue. I can't stand it. As soon as there's a hair on my tongue, life stops until that hair comes off. I don't even close my mouth. I stick my tongue out, keep that hair far away from my mouth. But yeah, I mean, if you're getting the reoccurring story here, it's think before you buy. Do you really need it? And if you do need it, is there a way you could make money or buy an asset to make you money before you buy it? So then that way it's kind of technically free. Because you're getting money back and it's just paying for it. So it's technically free. Air conditioning, you could turn that down. We went solar. We only paid $5 for this month. So stuff like that. We're going to wrap this up. That's it for me, guys. I hope you guys get out of debt and start saving money, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.